Hello everyone! Today we are going over the Getting the Crew Together achievement. This rewards a mastery point as well as an amazing mini Mr. Ribbington. To get started, we must first unlock the quest. To do this, you need to get at least a bronze in the Lowland Shore Raven Scouting Adventure at the Astral Ward Moon Camp. Once complete, you will get a letter from Zizel. Read it, and this completes the first item in the achievement. Next, we need to speak with Zizel. Take the Astral Ward Moon Camp waypoint, and on the main level in one of the rooms, you'll find Zizel with a marker above their head. Listen to all their dialogue.
It is exquisitely complex, you say.
Our first animal is a cat. Heading out of the room we were just in, Snuggling Stone can be found on the main level, right in the center fountain. Report back to Zizel. Now we're heading to Harvest Den, and on the ground level near the river, we're going to speak with Miss Jeeves.
Hello, kitten.
Next, we need to do the salmon run at the Astral Ward Moon Camp. You can do this as an adventure, or I did it in the race. The word online is that if you own the Endless Salmon Tonic, that this will work instead of having to do the adventure or the race. But I haven't tested this, mostly because I have yet to get gold in either of the salmon runs. And in salmon form, just before we get to the finish line, you will speak to Salty the Sly. Next, we need to do the Collect Frogs Across the River and Bring Them Back to the Pot event. This event is where you would enter for the Queen's Confidence point of interest. You may have to speak to Tempered Flame to start the event. Once the event has started, grab a frog and jump into the water. Some text will quickly pop up stating the frog slipped between your fingers, and you swear she gave you a salacious wink as she made her way downriver. I'm gonna be honest, I had to look up that word and I really wasn't expecting what I found. And now we're going to go downriver without a frog, or take the Journeykin waypoint and head to my personal marker on ground level. Speak with Mrs. Legs the Temptress. And next we are heading to the Harvest Den waypoint, where you will find Fang the Wise Guy behind the Journeykin Pen's point of interest. However, if you speak with them, they will tell you how hungry they are and that they want cabbage. Wait for the event, get Warclaw cubs back into their pens before they eat the cabbage event. Now we're not going to just pick up any cabbage, but the one with the marker that states an amazing cabbage, and we'll hand that one over to Fang. Now we need to do an event in the Cragged Uplands. We're looking for the event called Help Sheltering Dusk Heal the Wounded Wolf Pup. You may need to speak with Sheltering Dusk to start the event, but I would advise actually asking in map chat first if anyone would like to join you. The first time I did it solo and I failed. A lot of enemies do spawn for this event. That being said, I was actually surprised how many people showed up when I asked. And as far as I can tell, there are no pre-events, but I'm also not sure how often it spawns. As soon as the event ends, if you pet the wolf pup, you'll get the achievement Pet the Wildlife. The time frame to do this happens really fast, so you'll want to make sure you're right by the wolf pup as the event is ending. And as someone pointed out in map chat, you might want to add a target to the wolf pup so you can actually see it in the crowd when the event ends. Once the event succeeds, take the Astral Ward Moon Camp waypoint, and we'll be entering the cave in the Timber Cave Point of Interest. I'm going to enter from the waterfall side, then speak with Mrs. Knight, the eyes and ears. Next, we are going to take the Apiary Hold Point of Interest, and you're going to get a jar of honey from Blossoming Spring. I know from doing the jumping puzzle that the event doesn't have to be going on to be able to speak with Blossoming Spring to get a jar. Next, we will fill the jar with honey. I went to Mrs. Buzz Beehive as I felt it would be the easiest. And from this beehive, you can actually see the collection marker. I'll pull up the map just in case you need an idea. We got our honey pot from here, and then once you have the honey, we're going to head over to my personal marker to speak with Miss Buzz. They will then disappear, but if you read the dialogue, Miss Buzz says to meet at the hive. And the only other beehive in the area that I know about is at the Queen's Confidence. So let's take the Autumn's Vale waypoint and head south to my personal marker. The entrance, if you're not familiar, is along the river. Once in the Queen's Confidence Point of Interest, also the Hive Hopper jumping puzzle, Miss Buzz is hanging out on a ledge above the puzzle chest. Next, we need to complete the event Escort Arden Gale as she poisons Valraven Ness. It spawns in 2 locations, but you only need to do one. The first location is south of Autumn's Vale waypoint and on my personal marker.
If the plight of this town's well-being stokes your...
The second location is northeast of Harvest End waypoint, found in Lupin Fields. Once the event is complete, you will then find Miss Blood the Assassin overlooking a waterfall. I took the Harvest Den waypoint and went to my personal marker. Return back to Miss Jeeves. Now we must find Mr. Ribbington. As per the quest description, we are heading north to the other Janthir Wilds map. And we're going to take the Forager's Hunt waypoint. And on the edge of camp behind a tent, you will find Mr. Ribbington the Muscle. Now Mr. Ribbington needs a group of animals, starting with completing the Save Woodland Creatures adventure. It is south of the Festering Basin waypoint. I don't think it matters what score you get in the adventure. And once done, 3 animals will appear not too far from the adventure marker themselves. Mr. Hop the Speed Star, Mr. Shadow the Drama King, and Miss Stripes the Masked Bandit. Now we need to speak with Miss Claus the Brains. They are located southeast from the Stricken Plains waypoint on Maghead Beach. If you speak with them first, they will then request that you bring them a decent sample. The event we need spawns just behind Miss Claw, and it is called Collect and Turn in Debris from the Shore and Enemies. It is during the event that you will pick up a piece of debris and hand it over to Miss Claw, instead of taking it to the debris collection basket. Once done, you'll even get to keep the debris if you would like to complete the event. Just east of where we were, next we need to do a group event, Kill the Leviathan. It can be found east of the Stricken Plains waypoint. Once complete, you will then be able to find Mr. Razor the Loudmouth. They will be in the water near a rock, close to the Dead Lover's Rock point of interest. Now we can return back to Mr. Ribbington at the Forager's Hunt waypoint. And now we can return back to Miss Jeeves in Harvest Den. Now we are going back to the Timber Cave point of interest. This is just south of the Astral Ward Moon waypoint. I'll skip the dialogue so that you may experience it yourself.
Kittens, you've all...
Now back to Zizel in the Astral Ward Moon Camp. And once complete, you'll not only get the achievement, you'll get a mastery point, but more importantly, the Mr. Ribbington Mini. Now that you're done the achievement, or just watching the video, how did you like it? I found the collection very cute and I love the journey of all the animals. And of course the reward is an adorable mini. That being said, I did find it got a lot more challenging once you spoke to Miss Jeeves. And sometimes it could be hard to make the connection that an event you just did made an NPC appear in a location you had previously searched. But at the same time, it also got the community talking and working together. Everyone was so quick to offer help and discuss things in map chat, and everyone came running when you needed help for events. Help I definitely needed, or I'd probably still be running around stealing frogs. And that is it. That is everything. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I don't know, maybe see you around. The DX Racer Craft Series Guild Wars 2 Edition. Gorgeous artwork front and back, plush memory foam headrest, and plenty of adjustments including lumbar support. Use code TIFFY for 5% off or my link in the video description below.